Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Burris Optics and the Eliminator Laser Scope, Stormcloth 2 Performance Outerwear, Corbon DPX Ammunition, Kershaw Knives, the new Bresser 360 Trail Camera, Steiner Binoculars, Outdoor Trail Freeze-Dried Foods, Montana Decoy Company, CVA Muzzle Loaders, and UDAP Bear Pepper Spray.
Well, folks, welcome to this week's episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures. We've got a great program for you this week. We're going to take you to the Alaskan Peninsula, where our client Steve Daniels, being filmed by cameraman Mike Back, are in search of trophy brown bear. As many of you know, the Alaskan Peninsula is the #1 destination for trophy brown bear hunters. Each year, some of the largest bears, I would say most of the largest bears in all of Alaska, are taken on this Alaskan Peninsula. Now it's special, there's only one hunt per season there. In even-numbered years, 2006, 2008, and 2010, they're spring seasons. In odd-numbered years, 2007, 2009, 2011, they're fall bear seasons. Now in the spring, these bears are coming out on the snowpacks, and they're easily glassed up on the mountainsides, and then stalks are quickly made. Some great action. Please join me now as we take you to the Alaskan Peninsula in search of the North American brown bear.
Alaska is a hunter's paradise. With its amazingly diverse terrain and abundant wildlife, it is truly the last North American frontier. It is also home to the largest density of brown bears in the world. No other North American big game animal is more respected or feared. The brown bear represents the pinnacle of big game hunting, and those brave enough to hunt him must have courage, stamina, and above all, the ability to shoot accurately and quickly. He who is fortunate enough to successfully harvest a brown bear will have experienced the hunt of a lifetime. On this week's episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures, we'll join client Steve Daniels as he travels to the Alaskan Peninsula on his quest for the mightiest land animal in North America, the brown bear. Join us as we hunt the kings of Alaska on another exciting episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures. Steve Daniels began his brown bear hunt in Sandpoint along the Alaskan Peninsula as he boarded a super cub en route to Spike Camp.
Set right above your head there. Right on. Is that what our music is on?
That's what our music is on. We'll see you in about an hour.
Hunting in Alaska, the adventure begins long before the hunt. The scenery provided by the flight was truly breathtaking, and with each passing mile, Steve left the rat race behind as they ventured deeper and deeper into the wilds of Alaska. It wasn't long until the Super Cub was touching down on the gravel bar runway of base camp. Steve was one step closer to the brown bear of his dreams. Stay tuned to Steve's Outdoor Adventures. When we return, the hunt begins for brown bears in Alaska. Welcome back to Steve's Outdoor Adventures. As Steve Daniels and his guide Mark Glaser are dropped off in Spike Camp to begin their 10-day hunt for brown bears in Alaska.
We'll glass at hillside real good, and like all these, we'll just be really patient, and that's the name of the game here, is just
lot of patience, a lot of glassing, and
when it's right, then we go.
That's right. But the main thing you don't want to do is what a lot of bear hunters, they really screw up, is they think they have to walk, they think they have to go all over, and your best thing to do is just to sit tight. You get a good vantage point and you start glassing, because when you start walking around, you're going to track everything up and scent it, and those older boars are going to be gone. So
Like a big buck blow out of the area.
And an older mature boar, he's not going to take that. So
After flying in and setting up spike camp, the hunters wait 24 hours as required by law to begin their hunt. The weather was cold and clear as Mark and Steve head up the mountain to find a good vantage point from which to glass the valley for bears emerging from their dens. It didn't take long to spot their first bear, but he was quite a ways off in the snowpack and heading in the wrong direction. While watching the brown bear move across the snowpack, Mark spots another bear in the valley below headed towards them. Brown bears can be difficult to judge in the field, and Mark takes a careful look to determine the bear's trophy quality.
looks like his neck's rubbed.
I think it's rubbed. Not falling.
I don't know. It's just the color's too different
From the rest of it.
yeah. They have a blonde neck, but it looks rubbed.
Oftentimes, bears will emerge from their dens with rubs, places on their body from which the hair has been rubbed off, and Mark suspects that this bear is rubbed in the neck, but still believes it's worth a closer look.
Yeah, I think we'll head down. Probably drop off the ridge here where we can see a little bit better. See if we can pick him back up. Just double check, make sure he's something we don't want. He's right here close. The wind isn't great, but
Like this.
yeah. I think we could work with the wind if we knew he's something we want, but if he ends up winding, I won't lose sleep over it.
As they make their way towards the bear, Mark's fears are realized when the bear winds them and clears country.
That bear's probably... Oh man, hard to tell, probably. He's probably 3/4 of a mile away. He got a gentle breeze and he's gone. He's taking off. Wind's really bad right here though. It's going right up the valley. I wasn't planning on hunting up there anyway. So, if it was a bear that we wanted, we would stay high and go up and around.
Welcome back to Steve's Outdoor Adventures, as we once again join Steve Daniels and his guide Mark Glaser on the final day of Steve's brown bear hunt in Alaska. It's been a rough week for Steve, with bad weather plaguing the hunters and making hunting difficult. While waiting for the bush pilot to return to pick them up, Steve and Mark spent their last hours glassing near camp for roaming bears. And believe it or not, a solid boar with a beautiful cape is feeding through the valley below them. As the bear drops out of sight, Steve and Mark quickly move to cut some distance between them and the bear. Mark spots the Bruin on a steep bank in heavy cover. As the wind rips through the valley, Steve quickly positions himself for a shot. The big boar finally steps into the clear as Steve settles his crosshairs on the bear's chest.
Now,
12 long days of hunting ends in success for Steve Daniels. Tired and dirty, the hunters close the deal in the final hours of the hunt. Proof positive that you never, ever give up. Stay tuned to Steve's Outdoor Adventures. When we return, we'll take a closer look at Steve Daniels' brown bear in Alaska. Welcome back to Steve's Outdoor Adventures as we join Steve Daniels with his brown bear in Alaska.
Awesome. I'd like to thank Canoe Bay Outfitters, Steve and Jeremy, for a great hunt. Thank the storm for keeping me in here 2 extra days so that I can end up with a bear. And it turned out for the best. Although last night we were in the survival mode. We didn't know if we were going to make it through the night, did we, for a while there. It was pretty ugly last night. 3 times we moved the tent, so or I should say the tent flew down twice, and then we set it up, but good deal.
Well, Steve, I'd like to thank you for hanging in there.
Yeah.
Had a heck of a hunt. Seen a lot of bears. Passed up a lot of bears.
Yeah, we did.
We got real close to some big guys. A couple that was over 10 foot.
Yep.
And
This one ain't 10, but it's 8, and it's a trophy.
it's a pretty bear.
It's a very pretty bear.
Make a really nice mount or a rug, whatever you decide on what to do with it.
No, I'm gonna make a full mount with it.
Okay.
I've got a place for him in mind already, so.